But Kaleb Cole, everybody, very funny guy. Today we're doing a top 10 list reaction video. I don't get a lot of views on these, but they're fun to do. So they're like a joke that I like telling that nobody likes. I'm stubborn. I'm going to keep doing it and hope it catches on. Today I had Kaleb pick out top 10, whatever. He picked out a topic, and we're going to go over it and react to it. So, Kaleb, what is our top 10 list today?
All right, so for top 10 list, I love movies. So I went with the top 10 movies of 2002. I think it's a good one because 2002 is barely a year. When does anybody ever think of it? It's not important. So let's see what movies existed in that time,
2002. Barely a year.
Name one thing you know that happened in 2002.
Somebody threw up the deuces.
All right, yeah, that definitely happened.
And referred to it as O2. Other than that, I'm not real good at history. 2002, not a year. If you thought that it was a year, you're totally wrong. If your kid was born in 2002, not true. They were either born in 2001.5 or 2003.5. Is that
somewhere in that range?
The prequel. But apparently there's a top 10 list for this non-existent year. So we're gonna go over it right now from 10 to 1. So Kaleb, cue up the list. All right. Y'all can't see the screen, but Kaleb's got this huge screen over here, and he's queuing it up. Don't play the porn. This is YouTube. This is family friendly. Not like my other videos.
You can find those on pornhub.com/comedian Michael Statham.
Yes, that is not true. That was a fun day. So do we got this? The Wi-Fi is taking a second. We should have queued it up before we started. Things to learn about.
Alright, we're starting out with the shitty soundtrack.
Man,
I'm noticing this only has 6,000 views, so I'm excited.
This top 10 list is actually like a movie. I wish y'all could see it. So number 10, Kaleb, what is number 10 there?
We got Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. That's right. We've got the middle of a trilogy as one of the best movies of 2002.
I like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. When I read that, though, I was not like you. I did not know if it was number 2 or number 3. I know it wasn't the first one, because I'm still watching that one. Wow. Pause that. We got to talk about number 10 first. I got teased with number 9, and I agree with it. But we're going to save that for future. That's teasing in show business. That's what we call teasing. But we're on number 10. So, Kaleb, Lord of the Rings, top 10, you think, of that year? I'm trying to remember what exactly happened in 2002.
I feel like if you're choosing a year where a Lord of the Rings movie was released, you got to include it in your top 10, because definitely the whole thing was great.
Right, yeah.
Putting it in at 10, pretty safe answer.
That was the one movie that took a day to watch that I was actually like, man, I really enjoyed the movie. Mm-hmm. It made me want to watch the next one, and which I guess that was number 2.
Yeah, that was the second one.
So it was good. I remember it being good. I don't have much else to say about it. I kind of agree,
the one thing I really want to make sure we note about too is that it has these living trees whose head gets set on fire, and you see one of them in the background just knock over a fucking water tower and just dunk his head straight into it.
I did like the trees.
Yeah, the tree people were pretty great.
All tree people are good. I think Groot is like today's Lord of the Rings tree people.
Yeah, if people saw Groot like shove his head into a water tower, you get a kick out of it. This is like that happening, but
if I remember correctly, those tree people had a more expansive vocabulary than Groot.
Yeah, they could say words outside of 3 really specific ones.
Very, very funny specific ones, though. All right, well, that was number 10. We kind of agree. We haven't seen what's before it, so it's definitely deserving of the list. for this non-existent year. So number 9 on the top 10 list of movies for 2002 is
Catch Me If You Can. That's right. We've got Leo Dio as a kid who steals a bunch of stuff and he keeps not getting caught by the cops.
now. I really like this movie. Actually, this is one of my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I watched it multiple times. I still watch it if I catch it on. So I like it better than the Lord of the Rings movie, just because it's my style of movie. So number 9's pretty good, but like I'm waiting to see what else came out in this non-existent year, because like right now that movie I consider it really up there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Catch Me If You Can, it's kind of the anti-Eating Gilbert Grape. Because, we've got Leo Dio, he's in it, he's this incredibly intelligent, person who's evading the cops, he's stealing airplanes, he's getting all this money.
As a teenager.
Yes, and in Gilbert Grape, that child was retarded. So he's made a lot of advancement in his career, as we can see.
What Eating Gilbert Grape was also a really good movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I said that title very well, but that was with Johnny Depp and... who else was in that movie? I know Leo. That was Leo's breakout role, wasn't it?
Titanic?
No, well, not breakout role, but like one of the first movies I can remember him being in was
that was definitely the big movie.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely Titanic shot him off into stardom, but I think he did better in Catch Me If You Can and What's Eating Gilbert Grape. So. But, everybody likes Titanic. Who am I to judge her eyes? I agree with number 9, kind of. Maybe should have been higher up. We'll find out. Number 8, let's play the video. This is the first time we had a video top 10.
All right.
So actually we got to wait for Catch Me If You Can to go off.
Number 8 is 8 Mile.
Oh!
That's the Eminem biopic.
Wow. Well, for a non-existent year, I really like the movies that came out this year.
Yeah, 2002 is surprisingly real.
This was a really good soundtrack, too. So, I don't know about your theory for 2002. Some really cool stuff seemed to happen. I like Mom's Spaghetti. That's what I call that one song. I get hyped up for the stage listening to that song.
Oh, yeah. In fact, the version of the song I've heard the most is just most of the lyrics replaced with Mom's Spaghetti. You can find it. It's fantastic. If you have a chance to listen to that song.
That's probably the best line from that song.
Oh, yeah.
Threw up on my sweater, Mom's Spaghetti.
Mom's Spaghetti.
You can't forget that one. He choked. Yeah, that was a good movie. They compared that movie a lot to Prince and Purple Rain.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty good. Showed Eminem kind of acting. I don't know that he's a great actor. Sorry, Eminem, if you're watching.
He does a really good impression of a rapper in that movie, though. I think we should note that.
Right. That's true. But it was a pretty good story. I can't imagine. Comedy is so much more nonviolent than rap. I can't imagine if I had to beef with other comics on a regular basis. We just meet up to fight. we probably have comics. Are probably just more like we meet up and make fun of each other. Like your shoes are ugly. Because every roast battle has something to do with your shoes.
Yeah, as we know, shoes determine most of who you are as a person, so it's common to attack those in a roast.
Yes. All right, so that was number 8, 8 Mile. Was it better than Lord of the Rings, though? Like, from critical acclaim?
No, I mean...
probably more, like, pop culture effectiveness.
Yeah, by pop culture, by writing, you gotta give it to Lord of the Rings. And also, which one do you think people have, watched over and over again at 3 o'clock in the morning in, like, a fit of depression? Definitely a Lord of the Rings movie.
I don't know.
It's got serious numbers.
If I catch 8 Mile on TV, I just sit and watch it a lot of times.
And it's not 7 hours long, so that helps a lot.
The soundtrack is definitely better, because I can't tell you one song from the Lord of the Rings movie. Can you?
They had some crazy epic shit. What's that guy who does it?
Was it the Elfman guy?
Not Zimmerman, Hans something.
And I'm no good with soundtracks, so I don't keep up with that stuff. But I'm sure it had a good one. That's hard work.
Oh, yeah.
So that was number. I disagree with number 7. What's
Alright,
number 7?
So number 7 is actually one of my favorite movies
Is
on this
it?
list. Yeah.
I mean, I've watched it. It's funny.
Important note: I was 6 at the time of 2002.
In this non-existent year.
Yeah, in this non-existent year, I would have been 6.
So you weren't even 6.
No.
You skipped from 5 to 7 somehow. Yes. It's like the 13th floor. It just didn't exist. So what is number 7, Caleb?
All right, number 7 is Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. That was packed with.
All right, so there's an animated Doberman, or Great Dane, not Doberman. Great Dane.
I mean, I've watched Scooby-Doo with the girls. I think I've seen every version of Scooby-Doo, even the new Thelma and Louise that's out on DVD. I think only. The original Scooby-Doo, that one had what was that band? It was that real overplayed song. There was a band in the middle, and then Ruben was in one of them. Alabama, the American Idol, Ruben was in one of the Scooby-Doos. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. He was singing in one of the bars. Caleb doesn't know Ruben,
No, I don't.
or the other band. Apparently, I know more about his favorite movie on the list.
Listen, you might know the music of the film, but Scooby-Doo and we go deep. All right, I've got all of the old VHS tapes for all of the seasons before I was alive, and as soon as they came on Netflix, I have just watched all of them. I am such a big fan of the Mystery Hunters, and you see a lot of quality references to old adventures in this one.
Now, did you watch Scooby-Doo before you watched the movie?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you got prepared.
Yeah, as everyone should. If you haven't seen Scooby-Doo, I can't recommend your next move strongly enough to be just watch some Scooby-Doo. It will just make your life a happier life.
So, did you discover Scooby-Doo on your own as a 6-year-old?
Yeah,
or you
of
saw it
course.
coming out, and as a diligent 6-year-old, you researched it?
We had TV, Michael.
I don't know what you watched
Scooby-Doo.
as a 6-year-old in a non-existent year. I mean, this was a crazy year. It didn't even exist.
Scooby-Doo. My opinion's really kind of starting to get swung for 2002 with this movie. Because
2002.
2000 Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
At the movie theater was pretty dope. So far, all those movies, I think I've seen them all. And they were pretty good. And had good soundtracks for the most part. Oh wow.
Yeah,
I like that movie too.
What number 6 is, I'm gonna concede immediately. This should have been this should be the best movie of 2002. I don't know what
was that the original one?
Yeah. Well, not the original. There was. Listen, we're talking about.
My bad. So
number
so
6 on the list.
Number 6.
6.
Number 6.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire one, because you have to specify now.
Yeah. There's been lots of. I've liked most of the Spider-Mans. Was that the first one?
Okay, so there was one in like 1986 where he like actually had rope shooters that was like not famous at all.
Right.
And then there's this one. This is the Spider-Man. When you just say the Spider-Man movie, this is the one you default to.
Okay.
You say the new Spider-Man or the fucking other Spider-Man.
I didn't too much. I like the Spider-Man with the lizard.
No.
I know I'm like one of the few people that like that Spider-Man movie.
The lizard was cool.
The Tobey Maguire ones were all right.
Listen,
They kind of got crazy.
Peter Parker rode a fucking skateboard in the Amazing Spider-Man. All right, that is not Spider-Man. He was riding it down the hallway. Teacher said, "Hey, Peter, you quit. You knock it off with that skateboard." And he like kick flipped it into his hands. And he was like, "Sorry, that's not." I refuse to acknowledge that kid is the nerd that Tobey Maguire was.
Well,
he got bullied as Spider-Man.
Well, that's true. He wasn't as nerdy as
he was such a bad
as
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker. Although that scene with Stan Lee where he's cleaning and Spider-Man and Lizard are fighting in the school.
Yeah, that's a great.
You can't deny that was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
Now the original Spider-Man, I think the one with Doc Octopus was my favorite. I think that was 2.
Spider-Man 2 is the best of all the Spider-Man movies for my money.
I thought kind of, and that's probably why they stopped with 3.
Yeah.
I didn't. And it was such a cool, like, I haven't seen the new Venom movie, but like it was like an introduction to Venom.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it was all right. But it didn't happen in 2002 though. I don't know why we're talking about it. Yeah, that's a bad thing with superhero movies. Sometimes when they get too many characters involved, it can be bad. You know,
Infinity War did it really well.
Yes,
because it wasn't
agree.
like everyone had to be in the main cast because then you're just gonna like f it up. But everyone had like their moment where they like nailed it.
And that movie just, good thing it wasn't in 2002. It'd be high up this list because that movie made you talk about some stuff, and you were scared to talk about it because you didn't want to ruin it for anybody. This movie is on DVD now, and I still don't want to tell you what happened because there might be somebody out there that watches it and gets mad when really I don't know what you're doing if you haven't watched Infinity War.
Thanos snaps his fingers, half the universe dies. You should watch good movies when they come out. Don't make the rest of us wait almost,
I mean, I couldn't really,
half a year.
like when Black Panther disappeared, I was like, man, I thought there was going to be a race riot. For real. I'm like, man, they just got Black Panther.
Everything I knew about movies told me Black Panther would disappear first.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was like, man, what is Marvel doing? I was like, they got a gold mine, and Black Panther just evaporated. So, and Groot, we already talked about Groot. I like Groot, and Groot disappeared.
This top 10 list is just a thinly veiled attempt to talk about Marvel characters.
Well, I mean, like, that's the great thing about this top 10 list. It just,
oh, yeah.
It sparks conversation, and YouTube is all about conversation. Apparently, we're trying it. We'll see what happens. All right. So number 6, Caleb thinks Mike should have been higher. I've been pretty much agreeing with this list so far. I still think Catch Me If You Can
should be higher up.
It should be higher up just because I don't know, that movie hooked me when I saw it.
You think Catch Me If You Can was better than Spider-Man?
That's a tough question because I'm such a comic book nerd. When I was growing up, we didn't really have movies, and so when the movies started coming out, and Spider-Man kind of paved the way for all the other movies to come.
Spider-Man and Blade were like the superhero movies. Like, it's easy to look at a superhero movie.
Blade was cool, but I know it's considered a comic book movie, but I never considered it. Like, I didn't read Blade, so I didn't really realize it was a comic book movie until after. It was just a cool movie.
Well, I just mean in terms of
X-Men and Spider-Man, to me, really like sealed the deal for all the stuff that came after.
Well, I just mean, like both of those movies, all 3 of those X-Men. Good point. Like, they kind of seem a little, like easy to overlook now since there's so many superhero movies. And you see a lot of the same like beats being made, but they were making the beats, so like you got to take that into account.
Yeah, and Blade was just different. I mean, that was the thing I liked about that movie. It was like, because there's tons of vampire movies, but like he came in and like, I don't know, like, wasn't the first scene in the dance club where he just kills everybody?
There was like this vampire nightclub.
Right. I mean, I was hooked right from the beginning of that movie. And I didn't even know that was a comic book. So if I had known, I would have got there faster, but I went just because it looked like a cool movie. So back to our list. Number 5. Caleb, what's number 5?
It's going to be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Second one in the series.
One of my favorite books, actually, is The Chamber of Secrets. Kind of like the movie, too. This was before the transition in the Harry Potter stories from more the young to the darker, older.
The very second one?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was still in before the it was starting to lead because, like, the Basilisk was kind of a,
it could kill people.
Yeah, it was kind of a scarier character. Petrified people.
Than some dude with a fucking turban.
Yeah, I mean, like, the first one, the end was so lame. He, like, touched him and he melted. But, I mean, it's like any good story, it had a good setup for what was to come. We didn't know that he was, what do they call the things that he ended up being?
Parseltongue?
No, not the Parseltongue, but, like...
Horcrux?
Yeah, the Horcrux.
Yeah.
So, like, that was one of the first Horcruxes.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize until later. And you gotta wonder, when she wrote this, did she think, well, this is a Horcrux, or did that come later after she was like, well, we gotta keep bringing them back?
I feel like since it was the second thing she did, she kind of had an idea for like how that could be like the end game.
And in Harry Potter, I'm just thinking about Harry Potter now. With the original Voldemort was he was kind of a weak character that was on the back of his head, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
was he destroyed there, or was that the same one that showed up in the fourth one and was dumped in the pot? The fragile little Voldemort.
All right, so
I read the books, but I can't remember.
With Voldemort, he like, oh man, it's crazy. So he like tried to get Harry, and his mom was there. And,
well, I know all that stuff.
Yeah, no, instead of dying, he became this little squirmy fucking thing.
Right,
just
right.
His bare existence of a person. Got on that back of that dude's head. Got expunged out of that. He was still kind of existed, like, and he just kind of like barely was alive. Then there's the Horcruxes. Eventually, fourth one, he comes like out. They like
so that was
put him into a person.
That was still the same one from the first one.
Yeah, he wasn't completely done off in Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, because I couldn't remember in Sorcerer's Stone if he just defeated him or he died, and then I couldn't remember. So, anyways, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I like all the Harry Potter movies. I don't know about you, Caleb.
Yeah.
But that one, I don't remember if I started watching it though right off the bat. I think I watched the first couple on DVD, and then by the end I was going to the movie theater because I had started reading the books, which I almost never read the books because usually people say that the movie ruins the books. I like movies, so I don't read the books because I don't want to ruin the movie. But in this case, I think the Harry Potter books were actually better than the movies just because of the detail that J.K. Rowling, is that right? I actually know her name, which is impressive. But the detail with the house elves and stuff.
Congratulations on knowing the single most successful author of all time's name.
Hey man, don't take away my pluses in life. You grab any positive stuff and run with it. I actually knew answer to a trivia question in the future. Don't diminish it by saying everybody knows her name. Very good writer.
Oh yeah, definitely this one. She had like the whole. You didn't even know he was talking to a snake.
Yes, the twist.
Yeah.
The parcel tunnel.
Like you read that whole thing happen, and it was pretty tense.
Mm-hmm.
And then like wasn't until 5 pages later like you finally got it.
Yeah, you finally figured out because like there was always that unveiling.
Books let you drip drop information because in a movie you have to see something, so it's all got to be out there.
Yeah, I love videos. All right. This list is taking longer than usual. All right, let's go on to number 4.
Yeah, I think we're getting caught up talking to the sequels.
That's all right. This is entertaining stuff. If you didn't know this about movies, you now know. Yeah. And whatever me and Caleb say is fact.
Don't Google it.
Everybody knows that if you watch stuff on the internet, it's true. So when we told you that 2002 didn't exist...
Number 4, terrible movie. Sweet Home, Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think that movie should be number 4. I remember watching it because of the name of the movie, of course.
Yeah, no. We were all duped into watching this piece of shit rom-com.
I believe I had the movie poster hanging up just because it was cool. Sweet Home Alabama. I don't know if you were a girl, maybe you liked it. It was a romantic comedy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was entertaining, but it definitely doesn't belong above The Lord of the Rings, Catch Me If You Can, Spider-Man.
If anything gets bumped from this list, I'd knock it out. I'd Google another 2002 movie and put it in there.
I like these top 10 lists. It's usually when you get around the top 5 that they start just like, what are you thinking? So, and it makes me wonder who actually wrote the list when you see stuff on there, because whoever did clearly has no idea what they're talking about.
They overestimated discount Matthew McConaughey as an actor.
Was Matthew McConaughey in that movie?
No, guy. They didn't even get Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, they got the discount Matthew
This
McConaughey.
shitty movie could have been average if they had Matthew McConaughey in it.
And so you threw me off there for a second. I was like, I don't remember him being in that movie. It could have been better. Yeah, he was real hot back then. Still hot. So, he wasn't doing commercials then, though. He was a movie star that went to commercials for some reason. So, I would be happy if somebody hired me for a commercial. I'm available for booking. So is Caleb.
Lincoln, get on it.
Hires both. All right, so number 3. I've never heard of this.
Ciudad de Deuce.
Ciudad de Deuce.
Looks like there's some guy with a camera, a bunch of folks pointing guns at him. It's surrounded by a little train. I know he's like going back through him as a kid. They're talking a foreign language. All right, there's a car with a gun being held to it. People talking. Like
so, as you can tell from the description, this movie does not belong at number 3.
Yeah.
This is worse than number 4. If you're an international film fan,
I'm sure, like,
cool.
It's probably decent. I'm not saying it's not, but I mean,
well, it probably wouldn't be on the list if it wasn't kind of good.
If it was great, then it would have been more impactful as a foreign language film. If it was good enough to American audiences that like we really loved it, then it would be like a benchmark for, hey, you remember that crazy movie, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, instead we were so what happened is, it's a foreign language and they got a gun and some crazy stuff with it. Yeah.
Bunch of what appears to be African children.
It
in
does
a terrible
not
situation.
belong on the list.
Yeah.
I don't know who wrote this list. Not like the other one I got right that he diminished me on. But no. Catch Me If You Can, much better. Lord of the Rings, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter movie. Come on. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 2 because number 3 has got my stomach hurting.
All right. We got the penultimate, The Bourne Identity.
Now, was that the original Bourne Identity? Because there's been lots of identities. They have stolen that identity.
This was the first Bourne film.
I like the first Bourne film.
Yeah.
After that, the last one just put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Bourne Identity, real good. The problem is it invented shaky cam in big movie films. You know how every time you watch a fight scene now at the movies and your eyes are like, why is there so much motion here? This is the reason. Because this movie did so well. Yeah,
it had that realistic grit to it, and it worked in this movie.
Yeah, because the director cared, but like, for most people, it's just like, this is a really cheap way to shoot. Can you just shaky cam this fight scene?
Yeah, in like in all things, once something's good, people copy it, and sometimes
it can be done well. But
yeah, sometimes you get ideas that turn into really good stuff, you know, and you just work with it, and it's groundbreaking. But then there's other times where you're like, hey, that worked, just throw that in there. Yeah. And so, but yeah, that movie I thought was really good, action packed. I didn't really see Matt Damon as an action star until that movie, and I liked it. I watched the other ones, some of them, I don't really remember them. That one was good, though. Much better than number 3 and 4. I'm still mad about 3 and 4. 2 has kind of made up for it, but still, just, God bless America, 3 and 4. What the hell are you thinking? I don't even remember circa the whatever the hell it was. And Sweet Home Alabama, I hate that my state I live in, was born and raised in, was attached. Well, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but still, it wasn't number 4. I hate to say it.
Weak Reese Witherspoon film. All right.
Everybody loves this movie, but
for number 1.
Number one on the list.
We've got to teach number 3 a lesson. What a real foreign film should look like. We've got The Ring.
This movie made all the news.
Yeah.
It kind of, to me, ruined scary movies. I didn't find this movie scary.
People are dying 7 days after they watch a video. You know, if someone set that loose on YouTube, you could kill like 1 million people with a shitty
Man,
film.
think of all the views I would get if people heard that they would die after watching my video.
Oh,
then people would try it.
I've got an idea. You should start killing people that watch your videos so that, you know, the rumor builds.
I can't go to jail, Caleb. I'm too skinny. If you're watching, Mr. Police Officer, I said no to that. If people start dying, it wasn't me.
If I don't want to go either. If you're a comedian, you don't want to go to jail. As soon as you go to jail, you're gonna realize your best defense mechanism is humor, and you don't want to do anything that involves keeping your mouth open for extended periods of time.
I wouldn't do good in jail. I just wouldn't. No jail for me. But number one was The Ring. Now, The Ring, I mean, I didn't like the movie. So I don't think it should have been number one. It definitely belongs on the list because it was like the other movies. It was kind of impactful. Which this whole theory that your friend had about 2002 not existing. After seeing this list, you're wrong. Because a lot of stuff was very and still it's 2018 now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So it's 2008. 16 years later, people are still singing Modern Spaghetti. And The Ring, didn't that have the weird creature that crawled out of the
yeah, like you saw the well and then she crawled out of your teeth.
Yeah.
Like they found your body all like twisted.
And ever since then, every horror movie, it seems like, other than like one that's a throwback, remake of one of the old horror movies, has some weird character crawling either up a wall or across the floor.
It did really open up like crawling around like as a person to be a spooky thing.
Now,
like, all the stuff like from Babadook and all that kind of has its origin.
I do really appreciate the practical joke. Where the people are watching the TV and they take the screen away and the creature crawls out. That would scare me. That's the only way that this Ring thing would scare me because, I mean, if you told me the video would make me die in 7 days, I'm a little superstitious. I just wouldn't watch. It's stupid. Why are you gonna watch it? It's like playing Russian roulette. Somebody's gonna die.
Well, think about it this way.
But all horror movies, people are stupid in.
What if you don't see it as, oh, look, there's this video, I don't want to watch that. What if you see it as, hey, come here, watch this video?
You accidentally... That always happens to me. I accidentally just wander up and like I would probably be the guy that accidentally watched it and died 7 days later. Somehow I'd die in 5 days just because I like to top other people. But go on. Finish describing why I should like this movie. Did you like the movie?
Yeah, The Ring was a good movie. I mean, it's a great horror movie. I think it definitely deserves to be on a top 10 list for 2002.
He's in agreement with me, though. I can tell by the way he said it. Should be number one.
Yeah, I mean, between all of these, like...
Could have put it 3 or 4.
There are,
I want to Google other 2002 movies just to see what should have been 3 or 4.
There are definitely a couple that, could be bumped off this list for probably something better. And there's several that are...
Because really, according to this list, there was 8 really good movies.
I don't mind The Ring being at number 1, I guess. The only ones I would really maybe put higher are Spider-Man...
Now, I mean, The Ring should be, like, in the top, like, 6 to 10. Like, it should be in the top 5. I know it was groundbreaking, but it wasn't the best movie. It just, to me,
Would
like...
you put Catch Me If You Can at number 1?
Catch Me If You Can, Harry Potter, or Spider-Man. Probably, if I had to go off that list, though, and I would even put Scooby-Doo higher. I know I was hard on it but I've watched that movie time and time again. All of the ones we would
clearly want to bump from here. Whatever About the Dad.
Yeah, the Cirque du Soleil,
Home, Alabama.
Yeah, the international flick. I'm sorry, international film fans. No. Scooby-Doo. Have you ever tried the Scooby-Doo theory with music?
No.
That you can just insert Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? To any song. It's true. We'll do another video where we play different songs and we try to insert Scooby-Doo into it. We've done 2 teasers. One was in the video, and now I'm doing a callback to a teaser to a future video that I'll forget to shoot in the future.
Get that brand awareness going.
Yes, brand awareness. My mama said, Michael, it's your mama. But then she told me that I need to work on branding, which I thought I was doing already. but you gotta listen to your mama. So we're teasing for the future. But this has been the top 10 movies. Kaleb picked the list because the year didn't exist, 2002, which for a non-existent year, it was pretty dope.
It's got some compelling arguments that existed, but I'm still not convinced.
Yeah, I can't.
Do research into 2002.
Yeah, 2002. I remember it being a fun year. Apparently, it had some good movies. Maybe it existed. Who knows? Y2K happened. And the world's been different ever since.
Mm-hmm. Y2K just slowly killed everybody.
All right.
So.
Well, this has been another top 10 reaction list video. I'm going to quit trying to even title these things. I thought it was fun. I hope you enjoyed watching it. You're supposed to say comment, like, and subscribe at the end. And I also like to tell people to troll me, Kaleb.
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
I've studied. All right. So here's what you got to do. I want you to smash that fucking like button. I want you to subscribe. Look up in the top right, just above this handsome fellow right here. There's going to be a little bell. Click on that. And guess what? More of those, more of this quality content will be coming out. Thanks for watching. Sign off.
See, that's the dude right there. And you'll get to see that Scooby-Doo episode in the future. Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah.